Angel Sales ATL, and I appreciate all my Keeping It Real Estate family. So, I am going to give it a few minutes, let some people get into here. I want to talk about government shutdown, how that affects home loans. What do you need to know? A lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions, and I will not be on here long. It's Sunday, and I'm a little tired, but I wanted to just kind of jump on here, give you guys a little info, some 411 in the real estate market, whether it's, well, this is primarily going to be about residential, to be honest with you, not so much commercial, but um, I have had quite a few people just reaching out. So, again, I want to say hello to my Keeping It Real Estate family. Um, Today, I am going to dive right in and talk about a few things that are confusing to a lot of buyers and investors right now. How does the government impact home loans? All right. So, listen, not all loans are created equal. So some people think that, and they are not. If you are applying for a conventional loan, this shutdown might slow things down just a little, but it'll be a little bit different than a than a FHA loan or VA loan. If you're getting an FHA or VA financing, things could completely be different. I mean, completely. So before you guys start to panic, just pause. Just take a pause on your plans, okay? Let's break it all down. By the end of this live, you will know exactly how this will affect you and what you are looking to do depending on the type of loan that you're applying for, okay? So, all right, let me get into it. I got some notes here that I took, and I want to make sure I'm covering everything and staying on track and not get too off track because I tend to do that at times. All right, so let's see. First, I want to talk about the federal agencies and how they rely annually on funding, and how that's temporarily paused a lot of operations. That means that it's fewer staff, sometimes no staff at all. Key places like the IRS, HUD, USDA, and even the National Flood Insurance Program. These people, they're not fully staffed right now when things like this happen. Here's why it matters or should matter to you if you're buying a home. All right. Your lender usually will pull IRS tax transcripts to verify your income. Okay. The IRS, they closed. That step could stall your loan if they are not in there working. If homes in a flood zone, new flood insurance policies might can't get started. That can delay or really kill the deal, to be honest with you. FHA loans go through HUD. HUD might only keep a skeleton crew on staff. Okay. So even though the lender is open, some people that you may have been able to get in contact with, you may still be able to reach them. The federal pieces that they rely on might not be open. They may not be doing business. And I don't think a lot of buyers think about these things. Sometimes you can pick up the phone and call your lender, right? Well, I mean, the lenders are working. They still need to make money. They are still trying to get loans. But the process and how those loans play out and how you get to the closing table, it just may be delayed just a little bit. Okay. So let's talk about conventional versus an FHA versus a VA loan. Who's going to feel it the most? All right. Let's see. So conventional loans, these are backed by private lenders, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, those people. They're not totally immune, but they're less dependent on the federal for approved. Okay. The good news is most conventional loans, they can still move forward. A lot of people do not want to use conventional, or they are not using conventional because conventional, you may need more of a down payment. It's 20%. And a lot of people may not have that. So you may need to go FHA. So you're only paying that 3.5% down. So those things matter, and that's how it can change. The catch is you may still have to face verification delays if your lender needs the IRS or the flood insurance. So I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. So you just want to make sure that you are asking your lender these questions. FHA loans. FHA is under HUD, and HUD is one of the first places that gets hit when there is a shutdown. Okay. So if you're using an FHA financing, please be prepared for possible delays. Don't panic though. Don't panic. Please don't panic. It's just a delay. It does not mean you're denied. Okay. Just be patient. One tip I have for you guys, if you already have your case number and you're closed and you're, I'm sorry, if you already have your case number and you're close to closing, you're probably okay. To be honest, you're still going to be able to close. You should be able to close. But if you're early in the process, getting your loan endorsed by FHA, it just may slow down or it may even pause, but it does not mean that it won't happen. Okay. So, to my VA loans, now to my veterans, thank you so much for your service to all my veterans. I truly appreciate you all. VA usually keeps critical operations going because they are considered essential, but you might still see slower document turnaround times or maybe even holdups verifying certain details if people are not in place. So it's not a full stop, but it's a slowdown. Okay. So just pump the brakes just a little bit and it's going to be okay. The VA, I'm sorry, USDA, the rural loans, these tend to get hit the hardest. If you're applying for a USDA loan, new guarantees could be paused completely until the shutdown ends. Yes, that is very true. So speak with your lender. You all, I am a realtor. I am a real estate agent. I am a part of the Fed Board of Realtors. I am not a lender. However, your lender can always guide you in the right direction. So I want to talk about how this affects buyers in real life. It's not just about the paperwork. Here's what it looks like in real life. You're going to have closing delays. Again, it's not denied, it's just delayed. Even if the loan is approved, missing one verification can push that date to pause, okay? Rate locks can expire. If your closing drags out, you could lose that locked in rate. That is important to a lot of people. Sellers getting nervous. They don't know what to think at this moment. They don't know if the deal is going to go through. Again, it takes two experienced realtors, two experienced agents to make sure they're making both of their clients feel comfortable and giving them the information that they need to know. Sometimes backing out, they may be thinking about backing out, but that's not the best idea. It's just all about being patient. Flood insurance freeze. Homes near water can't close until NFIP is active again. They have to wait regardless. Okay? Federal workers on furlough, if you're not one of them, your income verification could be affected mid process. Now, that could somewhat be an issue. So, again, these are all things to go over with your lender. What can you do right now? All right, let's talk about the solution because there's always a move that you can make. I believe that, okay? Tip number one that I have for you all, lock your rate in early. Don't wait for rates to drop. Protect your numbers while the market's unstable, okay? Please make sure to protect it. Tip number two, ask your lender what systems they rely on. If they say IRS or the flood insurance, ask if they'll work around that, if there is a workaround. Tip number three, if you are buying an FHA or VA, make sure your loan and that file is complete. No missing documents. That way, when they are processing restarts, you're first in line. So make sure you get your documents over. A lot of people sometimes they're not always together. But if you are one of those people that's not always together, please get yourself together so you can get your loan closed. Tip number four, talk to your realtor. Talk to me about adding flexibility into your contract times, your timeline. Let's see if we need to extend something. and we would have to do an amendment to get that done in writing. Tip number 5, communicate with your seller. Okay. Transparency builds trust when things get unpredictable. Again, when you have two licensed real estate agents, two experienced realtors, two good people working together, the plan will always come together for the good. So at the honestly, I'm rearing at my end. I'm just looking at my last little bit of notes. Want to make sure I don't forget anything. Um, Here are my final thoughts that I have. If you don't take anything else away from this, government shutdowns doesn't stop real estate. It does not. It slows it down. Conventional buyers may see delays, but FHA, VA, USDA buyers could hit a few more roadblocks, but it's okay. That's the takeaway. It is okay. I promise you it's okay. Listen, keep your paperwork tight, stay in touch with your lender, and communicate with your real estate agent. And remember, the market doesn't stop for uncertainty. The smart buyers move with strategy. They're not in fear. They're moving with strategy. You got to work smart, okay? Drop a comment down below. If you're using an FHA, a VA, or conventional, I'll tell you what to watch out for specifically. And listen, I'm going to put my number down below. I have had several people dropping, I do call to actions on a lot of my videos. Please either call me, text me, email me. My information is in the, I'll put it down below so you guys will have that. And just hit me up directly, and that way I can stay in touch with you one on one. It's much quicker for me. I am not always on here every single day. I apologize to anyone if there was a delay in me getting you any of the free guides that I offer. But if you're thinking about buying, investing in Atlanta, you're thinking about renting, you're thinking about rental property, you're thinking about retail, I'm your girl, Angel Sales ATL. DM me or contact me. All of my information is below. And I'm appreciative for you guys. I want to say thank you so much for continuing to support me, continue to ask me questions. I love the challenge. And sometimes if I don't know, I will find out for you. I don't know everything, but it is your girl, Angel Sales ATL. And I appreciate and love my Keeping It Real Estate family. Until next time, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, period. Hey, we'll talk soon, okay?